Today is a very auspicious day, Hari Basar Tithi, the day very dear to Supreme Lord. In calculation for Slovenia, according to PM Bakchi, that calendar which was used by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, calculation for Slovenia today is Trisparsha Mahadvadashi, means when three tithis are connected, it is most auspicious. But in other calendars also I saw Satila Ekadashi, they're observing. So in any way it is Haribasar, very dear. But one thing is there, in that Ekadashi Mahatmya story for today's Satila Ekadashi, there is prescription to take sesame seeds. But devotees, those who have accepted pure devotional practice, Anya Bilasita Shunyam, Jnana Karmadi Anavritam, Anukulena Krishna Nushilanam, Bhaktir Uttama. That is pure devotion, according to Rupa Goswami, and there are 64 kinds of devotional practice. First is Guru Padashray, then Diksha, Shiksha, Vishramba Seva and all. So one of them is also, one of the first 10 is also following Ekadashi. So pure devotees, those who are practicing to get pure devotion, means their target is satisfaction of Krishna, not anything else. So they are not following prescriptions according to Karma Kant scripture for following Ekadashi. They are not pure devotional practitioners, but Shastra encourages them somewhat, in some way. They're giving some material benefits, they are showing, if you follow Ekadashi, then you will get this. So they become inspired. So that is Karma Kant. They can gradually get faith in Shastra, and because they will get the fruit. So then later they will go more deep into Shastra and understand what is the real purpose of Shastra. But pure devotees, they are observing Ekadashi for the satisfaction of Krishna. So for them, there are different rules than for those. So practitioners of pure devotion are not taking sesame seeds or oil on Ekadashi. It is prohibited actually. So under the guidance of Guru, we have to do. In Hari Bhakti Vilas, Sanatana Goswami, on the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, told that on Ekadashi, or when it comes to Mahadvadashi, one has to give up all sinful activities, all enjoyments, and with all good qualities should remain near Krishna through service. The most easiest way is to chant his holy name for his satisfaction, and following also all those rules for fasting according to Kali Yuga and according to capacity. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did Nama Sankirtan whole day and night, and in Shastra we also see Ambarish Maharaj followed Ekadashi according to scriptural rules, and Krishna was satisfied with him. So even curse of such powerful yogi and sannyasi could not touch Ambarish Maharaj. Ambarish Maharaj was protected by Supreme Lord because he was completely surrendered to him. So we have to follow Ekadashi to satisfy Krishna. We are hearing SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM. We heard that ladies in Hastinapur from palaces, they were offering flowers and also prayers, and Krishna reciprocated by glancing on them with merciful glance, and they were also expressing their separation grief. Upon hearing their speeches, the Lord, who is very kind to the citizens and the devotees, entered the city of Dwaraka and acknowledged all their greetings by casting his transcendental glance over them. Yes, that was already, that was before in Hastinapur. Those ladies were offering prayers, but we already heard that when Krishna already came back to Dwaraka, then they received him. And while they were receiving him, they said that, "Oh Master, if you live abroad all the time, then we cannot look at your attractive face, whose smiles vanquish all sufferings. How can we exist without your presence?" The Dwarakavasis already here. So we heard also in the commentary of Srila Sai Maharaj, every one of us wants to remove the miseries of life, but we do not know how to do it. The solution is given here, and it rests on us to assimilate it or not. The problem is we forgot Krishna. So we have to revive that relationship. Then all problems will be removed. All problems are due to our own separate desires. Anartha, Srila Bhakti-Rakshidhar Gosai Maharaj used to translate this as separate interest. We are eternal servants of Krishna. We ought to serve him. But we developed some separate interest, some selfish interest. We wanted to enjoy this Maya. Because of that misuse of our relative independence, that is the root cause of all our problems. And it can never be finished by trying to all the time fulfill your desires, material desires. It can never happen. You will never be satisfied, and also there is a reaction to that. So the solution is not in this way. Solution is we have to give up our separate interest, local interest, either my body, mind, or family, or country, world. All these are separate interest, local, not universal interest. Universal interest is when one serves Krishna. By that he is doing benefit to all. That is universal welfare, not localized or separate. So this illusory energy or the curtain of Maya has to be removed. And when it is so done, the living entity can see the Lord face to face, and all his miseries are at once removed. This is the only solution. And it is up to us whether we will apply this solution or not. We have relative independence. No one can do instead of us. Sadhus, they are explaining to us and encouraging us by their example and by their advice, but it is up to us whether we accept or not. If we accept, if we do, we will get the result. Surely. Madhu Boja Dashar Harha Kukurantaka Vrishnibih Atma Tulya Balair Guptam Nager Bhagavatim Iva. As Bhagavati, the capital of Nagaloka, is protected by the Nagas, so was Dwaraka protected by the descendants of Vrishni, Bhoja, Madhu, Dasharha, Arha, Kukur, Andaka, etc., who were as strong as Lord Krishna. The Nagaloka planet is situated below the Earth planet, and it is understood that the sun rays are hampered there. The darkness of the planet is, however, removed by the flashes of the jewels set on the heads of the Nagas, celestial serpents, snakes. And it is said that there are beautiful gardens, rivulets, etc. for the enjoyment of the Nagas. It is understood here also that the place is well protected by the inhabitants. So also the city of Dwarka was well protected by the descendants of Vrishni, who were as powerful as the Lord, insofar as he manifested his strength upon this earth. Till the time he was present, he empowered them, so they were strong. But he can withdraw. So we saw in the case of Arjuna, he could not save the gopis when they were captured by the robbers. Even he could not lift his own bow. He was killing everyone in Kurukshetra, but after that, when Krishna withdrew strength, he could not even lift that bow. Because Krishna at that time wanted to disappear from this world and take his associates. So those robbers also, they were playing their part by the empowerment of Krishna. Sarvartu sarva vibhava punya vriksha latashramay udyano pavana rameir vrita padmakara shriyam. The city of Dwarakapuri was filled with the opulences of all seasons. There were hermitages, orchards, flower gardens, parks, and reservoirs of water breeding lotus flowers all over. Gopur Dwara Margeshu Krita Kautuka Toranam Chitra Dvaja Pata Kagreir Antah Pratiha Tata Pam. The city gateway, the household doors, and festooned arches along the roads were all nicely decorated with festive signs like plantain trees and mango leaves, all to welcome the Lord. This banana is very auspicious for receiving sadhu or Krishna or like that. Best way is to welcome by Harinam Sankirtan. They will be most pleased. But we don't understand this. So once it happened that when our Parangurudev was to arrive, one household devotee did not do much arrangement. So another sannyasi, he told him everything what he has to do, that earthen pot and coconut and banana leaf and cloth and everything. Then when Parangurudev came, they received, then someone asked, why you made so much trouble to him to make all this? He said, because he does not understand. So in order to make him understand that really something important is happening, I told him all these things. If I would only tell him, you just chant Harinam, then he will not think something is special, because we are not understanding the glory. So I had to tell him all those things so that they will know. Also, when Srila Sai Maharaj was installing Krishna Balaram in Vrindavan, the temple, then he engaged his disciples in Nama Sankirtan they were doing, and also he engaged so many Brahmins to do all sorts of yagyas and everything they did. Then later, Sai Maharaj said, actually Nama Sankirtan is enough. That is the actual. But others, they will not understand that something is happening. So for them, I had to make all those arrangements so that they will appreciate and they will think something. So it depends on how much one has realization of Harinam. Our Gurudev also once I think in Hyderabad or someplace, one person told him, you know, there is some big yagya there, that person is offering 100 kilo of ghee, and he wanted to invite Gurudev. Gurudev was not interested, but then he said, there will be Nam Sankirtan also. Then yes, also. So then to cordially accept that, Gurudev went there and he saw great pomp with that they were doing, but in one small corner, only 1-2 persons, little kartal, and they were doing Hare Krishna, Hare like this. Because we don't understand the actual value of Harinam, because not having that experience due to not chanting pure name yet, but those who are chanting pure name, they know that is the main thing and most valuable and powerful. We also see when in Kurukshetra they made big that thing for solar eclipse. All Vedic rituals they were going on. But when Jashoda called Krishna from her heart in relation, she called Gopal, Gopal, because they could not enter inside. Out of separation grief, she was calling Gopal, Gopal. Then Krishna immediately left that place and threw off his crown, royal dress, everything, and became like a small boy and came to the lap of Mother Jashoda. Krishna himself is showing what is more powerful. So we have to give importance to chanting holy name without offenses, with relation for the satisfaction of Krishna. So here, flags, garlands and painted signs and slogans all combined to shade the sunshine. Samarjita Mahamarga Rathya Panaka Chatvaram Siktam Gandha Jaler Uptam Phala Pushpaksha Tankurai. The highways, subways, lanes, markets, and public meeting places were all thoroughly cleansed and then moistened with scented water. And to welcome the Lord, fruits, flowers, and unbroken seeds were strewn everywhere. That is also auspicious, those to throw seeds, sometimes rice also, and like this. Dvari Dvari Grihanam Cha Dadyakshata Palekshubih Alankritam Purna Kumbhair Balibhir Dupa Dipakai. In each and every door of the residential houses, auspicious things like curd, unbroken fruits, sugar cane, and full water pots with articles for worship, incense and candles were all displayed. Nishamya Preshtam Ayantam Vasudeva Mahamana Akruraschograsenascha Ramaschadbhuta Vikrama Pradyumnascharu Deshnascha Sambo Jambavati Sutaha Praharsha Vego Chashita Shayanasana Bhojana. On hearing that the most dear Krishna was approaching Dwaraka Dham, magnanimous Vasudev, means father, Akrur, Ugrasen, Balaram, Pradyumna, Charudeshna, and Samba, the son of Jambavati, all extremely happy, abandoned resting, sitting, and dining. So all these sons of Lord Krishna left their respective palaces and, leaving aside all engagements, including lying down, sitting and dining, hastened towards their exalted father. Also, like if Guru comes, then you have to give up all other services and attend to him. And our Parangurudev was like that. His life was following the order of Prabhupada. So once he was in some preaching engagement somewhere on the order of Prabhupada, and he came back and he was very tired after so much travel and work and everything. And when he came back, suddenly Prabhupada told him, there is some other service there is necessary. Parangurudev immediately accepted and went. He did not say, let me take some rest or let me take prasad or something, then later I will go. No, immediately. That was his life, that was his food, to follow the order of Prabhupada. That is why Prabhupada has such firm faith in Parangurudev. Whatever he will tell him to do, just telling him to do that, after that Prabhupada will give that out of his own mind, because he knew if he will take that responsibility, surely it will be done. I have no worries, nothing. So just he told him what is to be done, and he was free from that. Because Parangurudev was such that his life was service of Gurudev. So immediately they have understood what is actually valuable. Varanendram puraskritya brahmanai sasumangalai shankaturya nadena brahma goshena chadritaha pratyu jagmu rathair hrishta pranayagata sadva saha. They hastened toward the Lord on chariots with brahmanas bearing flowers. Before them were elephants, emblems of good fortune. Conch shells and bagels were sounded, and Vedic hymns were chanted. Thus they offered their respects, which were saturated with affection. Varamukyascha shatasho janaistat darshanotsukah lasat kundala nirbhata kapola vadana shriyaha. At the same time, many hundreds of well-known prostitutes began to proceed on various vehicles. They were all very eager to meet the Lord, and their beautiful faces were decorated with dazzling earrings, which enhanced the beauty of their foreheads. Here is Sai Maharaj. These different acharyas they have explained from different angles. Here Sai Maharaj said, we may not hate even the prostitutes if they are devotees of the Lord. Even today there are many prostitutes in great cities of India who are sincere devotees of the Lord. By trick of chance, one may be obliged to adopt a profession which is not very adorable in society, but that does not hamper one in executing devotional service to the Lord. Devotional service to the Lord is uncheckable in all circumstances. It is understood herewith that even in those days, about 5,000 years ago, there were prostitutes in a city like Dwaraka where Lord Krishna resided. This means that prostitutes are necessary citizens for the proper upkeep of society. The government opens wine shops, but this does not mean that the government encourages the drinking of wine. The idea is that there is a class of men who will drink at any cost, and it has been experienced that prohibition in great cities encouraged illicit smuggling of wine. Similarly, men who are not satisfied at home require such concessions, and if there is no prostitute, then such low men will induce others into prostitution. It is better that prostitutes be available in the marketplace so that the sanctity of society can be maintained. It is better to maintain a class of prostitutes than to encourage prostitutes within society. The real reformation is to enlighten all people to become devotees of the Lord, and that will check all kinds of deteriorating factors of life. Then here Sai Maharaj is speaking about Bilwa Mangal Thakur. He was attached to that prostitute, but then by her grace, his mind changed, and you know the story, he became a devotee of Krishna. So it appears that the prostitutes of Dwaraka, who were so eager to meet the Lord, were all his unalloyed devotees, and thus they were all on the path of salvation according to the above version of the Bhagavad Gita. The verse in Gita is, whoever will take my shelter, even low-born chandalas, prostitutes, anyone, if they take shelter of Krishna, they will be delivered. Therefore, the only reformation that is necessary in society is to make an organized effort to turn the citizens into devotees of the Lord, and thus all good qualities of the denizens of heaven will overtake them in their own way. On the other hand, those who are non-devotees have no good qualifications whatsoever. However, they may be materially advanced. The difference is that the devotees of the Lord are on the path of liberation, whereas the non-devotees are on the path of further entanglement in material bondage. The criterion of advancement of civilization is whether the people are educated and advanced on the path of salvation, means following Vedic scriptures that will uplift. So in this way, it was also there in Dwaraka. Otherwise, illicitly they will do, and there will be unwanted population and so many problems. So, like in Shastra, it is said that conditioned souls of certain level, they naturally have desire to eat meat, to drink alcohol, and to have sexual enjoyment. It is quite natural. That is why Shastra, because it is not possible to immediately give up, Shastra allows killing of animals by certain sacrifices and eating of meat of then that sacrifice. It is not meant to encourage killing, no, but it is meant they should not unrestrictedly kill, but they should do it in a regulated way according to Shastra. Then they can gradually give up that tendency. And marriage and some yagya also is there for wine drinking. So it is like a one step in between total renunciation, and this is regulated and unrestricted. So we should not think Shastra sanctions or encourages, but it regulates that tendency, otherwise it would be more bad. So regulates for gradual advancement. So prostitutes also are for this reason, if they are these right prostitutes. Nata nartaka gandharva suta magada vandina gayanti chotama shloka charitani adbhutani cha. For step-by-step advancement, there are many levels of consciousness and there are different steps required, and Shastra is helping everyone how to advance. Expert dramatists, artists, dancers, singers, historians, genealogists, and learned speakers all gave their respective contributions, being inspired by the superhuman pastimes of the Lord. Thus they proceeded on and on. All were offering their things to Krishna for his satisfaction. I forgot what is that English word, I cannot find. But anyhow, the point is, by one like so-called outwardly looks like bad thing, you prevent greater bad. That is the purpose. So we have to understand, for according to each level. That is why Bhaktivinoda Thakur also says that what is good, what is bad, depends on the adhikar of a person. What is good for some is bad for another, because according to his adhikar, that has to be judged. That is why it is necessary that one has to follow Vedic scriptures under the guidance of realized expert bona fide guru who will know what is for whom at what time. Otherwise, if we ourselves, we just pick up things and also see there is a contradictory, there it says it is very bad, here it is said it is good, like this we will be confused or misapply, then we cannot get the actual result. So therefore Shastra says Tasmad Gurum Prapadeta Jigyasa Shreya Uttamam Shabde Parichanishnatam Brahmani Upasamashram in Bhagavatam. He must be well versed in Shastra and also realization of Supreme Lord. You have to submit to such Guru and inquire about your ultimate welfare. And in Gita, Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshina. He is jnani, he has knowledge, but also tattva darshi. He is seeing the truth. To him you have to submit and inquire and serve. And in Mundaka Upanishad, I think, Tadvigyana artam sa gurum eva bhigachet shamit pani shrotriyam brahmanishtam. To get that special knowledge of Shastra, Vigyan, Tadvigyana artam, or that scientific knowledge means realized, that you can experience. Tadvigyana artam sa gurum eva bhigachet. You have to, it is order, it is must. You have to submit to Guru. Samit Panich, you have to come with that fuel for yagya, means with service attitude, you have to come to him. Shamit Panich Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. What is the quality of Guru? He Shrotriyam, he heard all Shastra or heard the mantra and he knows the meaning. and he is fully devoted to Brahm, means Supreme Lord, or realized. He realized him. To such a bona fide guru, we have to submit to get Vedic knowledge and to realize, to apply properly under his guidance. Bhagavam statra bandhunam pauranam anuvartinam yatha vidhyu pasangamya sarveshamanam adadhe. Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead, approached them and offered due honor and respect to each and every one of the friends, relatives, citizens, and others who came to receive and welcome him. So due honor and respect is for everyone. Prahva bhiva da nashlesha kara sparsha smitekshane ashwasya chashva pa kebyo varesh chabi mater vibhu. The Almighty Lord greeted everyone present by bowing his head, exchanging greetings, embracing, shaking hands, looking and smiling, giving assurances and awarding benedictions, even to the lowest in rank. So here Krishna is by his own example telling that due respect is to be given to all, according to their position. Pure devotee gives respect to all because they see them in relation to Krishna. Krishna is residing within them, but also then according to status. Real devotee does not hate anyone, but hates their wrong activities. So that he does not support and condemns, but without grudge, without hostile mentality. But those who are doing good activities, Vaishnavas and pious and like this, he will also give respect in grades. So here Krishna is showing, he's also bowing down his head to his elders and to Brahmins like these gurus, and with friends like this, and with ladies smiling, and to children he will bless. Due behavior to all. Like Narad also told to Dhruva in the forest, when instructing him, he said, everyone is getting the results according to their own karma. That we have to know. Even abuse and everything is coming from our previous actions. So you should not mind about this. How we should behave in this world? If we meet someone superior, then we should be respectful, not envious. If we meet someone who is our equal, then we should become friends with him, not competition. If we meet someone lower than us, then we should be compassionate, not belittling or exploiting. In that way, if one can live in this way, then he will have no suffering in this world. Narad Goswami said. But it is impossible if we have false ego to do this. Impossible. We will envy, we will compete, and we will exploit. That is coming from false ego. That is why we have to suffer as a reaction. So we have to purify that and give up all other separate desires and only have that desire to serve Krishna. Then we can be happy even in this world. Swayam cha gurubir viprair Sorry, it is now coming. Sadaraih stavireir api ashir bir yujamanon vandivish chavishat puram. Then the Lord personally entered the city accompanied by elderly relatives and invalid brahmanas with their wives, all offering benedictions and singing the glories of the Lord. Others also praise the glories of the Lord. Raja Margam Gate Krishna Dwarakaya Kula Striyah Harmyani Aruruhur Vipra Tadikshana Mahotsava. When Lord Krishna passed over the public roads, all the ladies from the respectable families of Dwaraka went up to the roofs of their palaces just to have a look at the Lord. They considered this to be greatest festival. Like when Jagannath Dev becomes sick after Snan Yatra, because everyone is bathing him so much publicly, and even demigods, they are showering rain, at least something. So Jagannath is playing the pastime of being sick. At that time, the tribal people, they are serving him inside. No one can have darshan. Because Jagannath is coming from that tribal, that Nil Madhav. And Jagannath is very happy at that time. He feels like he's in Vrindavan. That is why, because tribal people, simple people, and that is why he desires, I want to go to Vrindavan. Then he goes to Gundicha, Vrindavan. So after Snan Yatra, when again there is, after 14 days, there is darshan of Jagannath, that is called Netrotsap. Utsap means festival. Mahotsap means great festival, Mahoutsap. So here, that festival is called Netrotsap. Netra Utsap means festival for the eyes. Because they can get darshan of Jagannath. So, a festival for the eyes. Here, also the ladies, they went up to get darshan of Krishna. They considered this to be the greatest festival, to have darshan of Krishna. We understand there is some Mahotsam going on in Navadip. Many times, that mad, this mad, all the time some Mahotsam is going on and the invitations are coming, and we understand, yes, very nice prasad, food will be there, so let us go. But they are, and real devotees, they are getting bliss by getting that actual darshan of Krishna. And Gorkishore Das Babaji also, when they told him tomorrow is the appearance day of Sanatana Goswami, then Babaji Maharaj was very happy. Oh, then we have to make a feast tomorrow. Then they were all surprised, how we will make a feast? We have nothing, you also have nothing. Then Babaji Maharaj, I did not mean to make paneer, rasa and these things. I meant we will chant whole day. That festival we will make for Sanatana Goswami, our previous acharya. Whole day and night we will chant. That is festival. Because he's getting bliss from chanting. We say, I am prasad bhakta. Means I like to eat prasad, but no taste for harinam. Means I'm not also having real contact with prasad. I'm not getting transcendental taste of prasad, only external, that for enjoyment. But those who are real devotees, Sevan Mukha Hi Jivado, they have taste, transcendental taste in taking prasad. They are honoring that prasad as a mercy of Krishna. They are not enjoying the taste. That is why samacharjos, they also mix everything together. And with great relish, they take that, just to show to ordinary people that they are getting transcendental taste, not that enjoyment. Oh, this is shak, this is pakora, this is kheer, this is we like to enjoy, but no taste for Harinam. So they also could not understand. Then Babaji Maharaj said, no, we will chant whole day and night. We'll chant. That festival will make. So we have to come to that pure chanting. Nityam nirikshamananam yad api dvarakaukasam na vitripyanti hidrishah shriyo dhamangam achyutam. The inhabitants of Dwaraka were regularly accustomed to look upon the reservoir of all beauty, the infallible Lord, yet they were never satiated. This is the nature of Krishna. You never have enough. That bliss is always new taste. Narad Goswami is continuously chanting Harinam and never getting, okay, now I'm fed up. No. All the time new taste he's getting. Same mantra, same name he's chanting. Why? Because he is purely chanting. Or Haridas Thakur also. That is why they have no any other attraction. They're getting that bliss. Or in Ekadashi, in Srivasangan, devotees, along with Mahaprabhu, they were all chanting Harinam. In ecstatic ecstasy they were feeling. So in the morning, from early morning, the whole day and whole night they were chanting, without eating, sleeping, drinking, nothing. And when the night ended, when the sun came, they were all disappointed. Oh no, why already is day? We are not satiated. They were disappointed. And that day also, that night became long like a Brahma's night. By the grace of Krishna, like in Rasa Lila, that it was prolonged. So like here in Srivasangan, that Kirtan, that is also Rasa Stali, Rasa Lila in this form, Kirtan. So whole day of, or whole night of Brahma was there, but they felt why so quickly it finished. Because they are tasting that nectar that we have to get under the guidance of pure Guru. We have to practice to get that. Not be satisfied with external enjoyment. The very nice prasad, this, no. The transcendental bliss we have to attain. So they were looking at a reservoir of all beauty and they were never satiated. Regularly they were seeing, but never like, oh, now it's boring. No. Nava Maya, that all the time new. That is transcendental platform. So tomorrow we will further here.